I never thought I'd say this out loud, but the truth is, I didn't end up cutting meat at 3 a.m. because I lacked talent. I ended up there because somebody stole the future I spent my whole life trying to build. My name is Kesha Williams, and before the world met me as a line cook, I was supposed to be a chef, a real one with a title, a team, a kitchen of my own, the kind of chef who gets written about in glossy magazines and whose dishes make people cry because they taste like home and hope at the same time. But all it took was one man, one manager with power and something ugly in his heart, to erase 6 years of my life as if it meant nothing. And the cruel part? I still had to wake up every day and pretend I was okay. Why do you work so hard, Kesha? That's what people in the kitchen asked me when they walked in at 6 a.m. and saw me already elbow deep in 50 pounds of beef, sweating, humming to stay awake. But none of them knew that I started coming in earlier and earlier to avoid the man who ruined my life. They didn't know that he was now my boss again, that every night shift, every early morning, every menial task was just another reminder of what he took from me. And every time he smirked and said things like, "People like you should be grateful I hired you," I bit my tongue so hard I tasted blood. I stayed silent for years, but silence is not the same as surrender. Have you ever had a dream stolen from you, Dave? That's what I asked him that night. The janitor, the man sweeping the floors at 3 a.m., the one who watched me the way only someone who understood would watch. Like he knew pain, too. I didn't know who he really was then, but I knew one thing. He wasn't just a janitor. The way he moved, the way he listened, the way he understood restaurant systems better than most managers. No, he was something else. So when he asked me why I was cutting meat alone in the middle of the night, I told him the truth I never said to anyone. Let me tell you about Chef Kesha Williams. 5 years ago, I had everything. A future that sparkled. I was the youngest sous chef at Meridian Heights, the most prestigious restaurant in Cleveland. I won awards, led a team, created menus they still use to this day. And then he happened. Robert Chun, general manager, respected, connected, untouchable. He wanted me in ways that had nothing to do with my cooking. I said no, over and over again. And the night he realized I wasn't going to change my mind, he decided that if he couldn't have me in his office, he would destroy me in the kitchen. The next morning, money went missing. They searched my car, found the cash he planted himself. I was fired, arrested, humiliated, and blacklisted. One accusation was all it took. I lost everything. My career, my reputation, my confidence. And the worst part? He got promoted for solving theft problems. I got reduced to the woman cutting vegetables in the back of a chain restaurant at 3 a.m. Why don't you leave? People asked me that all the time. Why didn't I run? Why didn't I start over somewhere new? But you don't run from a monster who follows you. You don't hide from injustice that keeps repeating. You study it. You get close enough to learn every weakness, every pattern, every crack in the armor. And then you wait, because revenge is loud, but justice is patient. Tomorrow is the day he learns he picked the wrong woman. That's what I told Dave, though I already knew he wasn't Dave. By then, I had spent 3 years building a case against Chun. 3 years of recording his racist rants, saving emails where he targeted black staff, collecting files showing falsified evaluations, storing proof of planted evidence, logging every inappropriate comment, watching every minority employee he destroyed. When I showed Marcus, the lawyer, Tamara's brother, he didn't believe one woman could gather that much evidence until he saw the folders. All of them, labeled, time-stamped, cross-referenced, because when a black woman decides she's done being afraid, the world should start being afraid of her. And then the undercover boss revealed himself, right in the break room, right in front of Chun, right in front of the staff he'd been terrorizing for years. The janitor removed his cap, and the room went still, because Dave wasn't Dave. He was David Mitchell, CEO of the entire restaurant chain. And the moment Chun realized who he was talking to, his face drained of every drop of blood. For the first time in his life, he was the one who couldn't run. The collapse. Marcus played the recordings, the racist comments, the conspiracy to fire minorities, the plan to break my pride. Then the emails appeared on the projector. Then the financial fraud. Then the discriminatory patterns. Evidence. After evidence. After evidence. Chun begged, cried, claimed he was misunderstood. But the truth doesn't stutter. And when the truth finally speaks, even liars go silent. When the agents walked in to arrest him, I didn't smile. Not because he didn't deserve everything coming to him, but because justice is heavier than revenge. It's not sweet. It's necessary. Months later, I became head chef of the Golden Fork, turned the restaurant around completely. Sales soared, employees thrived, diversity training became mandatory. And Chun? He's stacking supermarket shelves now, paying off $500,000 in damages, serving 8 years in prison. Meanwhile, I'm building a mentorship program for young chefs. So nobody loses their future the way I lost mine. Because the truth is, the best revenge isn't watching your enemy fall. It's rising so high they never touch you again. I didn't just survive the injustice. I turned it into power. I turned it into purpose. And now,